What is up, guys? Houdini here, and welcome back to the final time of the First Berserker Khazan. Yes, we've been playing through this incredible Souls-like, through pick and pin, through rage and victory. It's been a hell of a journey. I've loved it, you know. I actually want to put something in paper right now. This game actually has the most fair and fun magic bosses I've ever played. There, I said it. We've gone through about 5 or 6 of them, and besides that one attacking that jellyfish boss there, it's actually been pretty damn cool. And now we're coming up to the finale. We'll see. Now they're doing a lot of status ailments, they're doing a lot of healing, thinking they're millennia, but they ain't no millennia. So we'll see if we can finish it in style, boys and girls. It's been pretty damn fantastic. Probably one of the fastest and best Souls like not made from software. It just is slacking in the basic different environments, different enemy varieties. That's about it. As you can see, everything is brown and grey in the background there. I don't mind if it's a design choice, but if it's a boring choice, you know, it's a bit different, right? Alright, cool. Born to Rage. How do they know me so well? Alright. No, not that bad. We do have our rage moments, though. Nice. Check out the final fit for the game. How we looking? Holy shit. We got this gladiatorial fucking lion's mane on our back, and we're wearing kind of berserker pants, normal shoes, and a big old pothead. Are you a pothead? Is your son becoming a pothead? If you all have fears of this happening, please dial this number now and we'll point and laugh at you. Wait, what? Nice. Alright. A little bit difficult to get the old YouTube stream going there. It's like an engine. It's like a lawnmower engine sometimes. Don't ask me what they're doing. Like, what they do is, right, once you go live on OBS, that's usually, boom, all you need to do on Twitch, but not on YouTube. YouTube's like, you gotta press the go live button, and we'll tell you when it's activated. And sometimes it's in the first 10 seconds, sometimes it's a minute and 10 seconds, sometimes it's 5 minutes and 10 seconds. But either way, it's a pissy little bitch. So yesterday we had the crazy best shadow drop of all time, a full Oblivion remake. They're calling it remaster, but it is a remake. And you know what? It holds up really well. We jumped in there, we did the tutorial, we got to explore a little bit outside Citadel and go in there and actually do some of the arena. Pretty cool, hell yes. And we've been looking at the reviews. Now you're just going to see this pop up while I plug out this controller. Oh, I didn't say anything for a change. Well, we've seen the reviews for the new Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It's a bit of a mouthful, no doubt, but that's the new gorgeous turn-based game. You might have seen it, where you've got this beautiful, like, melted Paris dreamscape going on. It's done by a brand new studio made up of veterans. It's only 30 people. They're called Sandfall Interactive, and the reviews, my god, it's now tied with best Metacritic overall score of the year. So I can't wait. It's 30 hours. The combat, it's kind of like an evolution of Paper Mario, you know, turn-based but with extreme interactivity on blocking and timing your moves, you know. So good stuff, yes. Put it in my veins. Alright, we're going all the way to the top. We'll see. Now, as far as when we finished off, we had to basically kill this bride turned Valkyrie. She was really cool. 2 phases, but we whooped her ass second try, and it was the bride of Ozma, the finale boss, and it kind of kicked us into the last level. And I think we might just be there, you know, but I still think it's going to take me a while to kill this guy, but we'll see. Nice. Oh, there's actually a enter through the spectral portal. Master of Chaos. Is there one last? No. Okay, Path to Glory. Ah, okay, I thought by the sounds of it, they made it seem as though there was one last side quest or something. But yeah, I've enjoyed this one. I think Laser P has it beat just on atmosphere and stuff. I prefer the gameplay of this game over Laser P, because Laser P is kind of Sekiro and Bloodborne smushed together, but doesn't really do any of them that good. Like, the unique thing about Laser P is, you know, you have to like sharpen and fix your blade mid-combat. This one has the best spear combat I have ever played in a video game. It is just so responsive and just, oh my god, it feels great. You feel every attack, you know. I'm not sure why he's doing there. Maybe we're going to meet all our friends before the finale. We're heading straight to the center. We'll see how we're getting on. Oh yes. Yesterday I even surprised myself how quick I beat her, but we'll see. In fairness now, we've, you know, at that point in the game where any level we get at all is going straight to our health, so you can see the health bar is just off the charts. But what else, at this venture, like, what else do you do? Either I buy armor out of it, which I don't need, and we do that, because, you know, our DPS is kind of bottomed out for the most part. Alright, so how are we going to get over there? We're going on some kind of a lift. It looks like an elevator thing. I hate this kind of thing because there's no jump in the game. So if we fall, we fall. Nice. They choose now to do some platforming in a game that doesn't have a jump. That's a death sentence, my boy. But yeah, we've got loads of big games coming out. Like tomorrow will be Claire Obscure, and that's going to be huge. And then like the week after it, we still have a lot. You know, it's like the end of May, so there's lots of, or end of April, so there's lots and lots of stuff. Looks like some elite enemies going to join us. Oh yes. Who we got? Alright, big old goat bastard. He may be a ghost, but he's not goated. Leave that one for me. Come on. Alright, watch that bar slowly climb down. Oh, just run out of stamina there. Aren't you the lucky one? Not so lucky, sadly, though. Alright, finish him in style. Get a little bit of our health back. Lovely jubbly. Alright. Dragon scale armor. Fugitive mage. Okay, cool. We don't really need too much of that. So yeah, this one's been really unique. I feel like I'm playing New Game Plus 1. A lot of people have struggle bus on this one. We've seen so many people play it. Sasha Gray and Moist Critical. He does that with a lot of games. He sort of obsesses and gets through them. So he does good. Of course, he then puts the video on YouTube, which is fine. But his YouTube editors go through that. So he has like one video near the end where it's like Khazan is a masterpiece, whatever way he names them. You're like, that's awful nice. And then you check, and he's gone through the whole game in a 4-hour video, which we know is not true. Like some of those bosses he's spent an hour and a half on. But it's all good. I don't think it's like deceiving. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll trim out like an hour of shite because honestly it's just me being in the trenches talking mad shit and no one wants to see that. I think there's a level of rage that's funny. Then after a while it gets kind of it gets aggro and you're like, ooh, this is not a good look for anybody. So I feel that on a personal level. Nice. Nice. Alright. Hope you're all doing well. Today was kind of a bit wacko. Wednesdays are always pretty tough. Just kind of a day where it's all bunched together. It's pretty lackadaisical, and then Wednesday everything's just shoved on my desk. And then they're trying to sell the place I'm renting right now, but it's one of those like investment things where they're like, we're selling it, but you keep the tenants, you know. Which is, so it won't affect me, but I still have to allow them to get in and look around and make sure the place, all that kind of stuff. How about you? Like, how do you guys feel about people being in your house? Like, you know, even if it's for a few minutes, I want to be there. I don't know, I feel weird. Especially, I have so much tech and stuff here. I don't want anybody robbing me stuff. I'm the kind of guy who's like, I don't tend to move things around my house too much. So if something's missing, you won't notice it for ages. But anyway, I'd say I have about 15,000 or so worth of just tech stuff, and then there's everything else, you know. Keep a little money around the house, jewelry, personal stuff. It'd be a lot of stuff, and most of the stuff never, because it's not catalogued, it's never like brought up in insurance and stuff. So you gotta watch themselves. Alright, these are like chaos eggs, and they basically stop people from dying. But if you destroy the egg and they're in the vicinity, they kind of get confused by it, so that's handy. Gives you a good bit of health. So we're going to be dealing with all the chaos. Chaos as a status ailment in the game, what it does is basically affects your overall health. The purple bar shows up, you can't heal past that, but you can get rid of it, you know, like anything else. There's also, I think one of my favorite status ailments that's just something a little bit different than, oh, it's poison, you know, because plague in the game is kind of shit and worthless. But I really like hallucination. Hallucination basically turns the controls backwards. And, you know, we've had games do that a dime a dozen times. It's not something particularly new or anything. But I just love that. I don't think many Souls likes to do that. Alright, I guess we gotta drop down and smack a dude. Alright. A little skull from their soul afterwards causes trouble. Looks like, apparently there's a jarling here. We'll have a look. You only need 42 to get the final headpiece. But it must be 44 or 45 in total. I don't know. We'll see. I'm glad there's a little more of the level here. I was thinking, like, they just sent you straight to it. It wasn't a matter of, like, are you sure you want to go to the finale? So we're going to end with not a whole lot of room there. We're gonna end with 8 heals. I think I've seen people end with 5. They just couldn't find the other heals. So that's interesting. Some of them are side quest stuff. You could also end with 9 or 10, I believe. You just need different armor sets. But I've chosen a full-on weird mix. Because of the headpiece, it's set the set armor bonus requirement -1. Okay, that was a bit of a mouthful. Basically, say you need 5 pieces of an armor to get a good set bonus. Now you only need 4, right? So what that's done in turn is allowed me to basically use 3, if not 4 different armor pieces and keep getting the +1s. Here you go, we're doing the Deep Shadow with the weapon, and that's giving me 15% to the assault, or frontal assault stamina damage, and then 10% to damage increase of frontal assault, which I do most of my attack in there anyway. Then we have this one, Devour's Pauldrons. That's giving me confront damage increase. I believe confront means 1-on-1, so if it's more than 1, something else. Then that's the Deep Shadow again. This is the Great General piece. That's another 10% of frontal assault as well. You want ones that would give you overall damage or frontal or rear assault damage, because yeah, like this one, it would even be better to get that damage multiplier. But see, 10% is not that great. And then this one is the Saint stuff. So I was using Nomad to get a little bit of a health boost, and I noticed the Saint stuff only requires 2, whereas the Nomad requires 4 to get your health boost. So you get a 500 base. You can see that my health is now up to at 5,000. Yeah, my level is 162 at this time, but I think you can go even higher. So I'm probably might be a little bit over leveled, but I don't care. Like, the game is that balls to the wall. Like, the enemies are over fucking 100k health. That's good enough for me. My advice is to get to that like recommended level and then treat yourself to a few more. It just depends. Right now my build is complete, so I am just pumping it into health, so that's why my health bar is off the charts. As I said, I don't really care. Now I could be pumping it into a few other things. Like, I mean, strength never did anybody any harm, even if you are a dex build like mine. And then willpower will give me a little tiny boost of damage, but it's still very diminished returns at that point. So it's up to yourself, really. You can either... Oh, you dirty bastard, you're probably dead. You can either get to that point where you want a tiny fraction of extra damage for the sake of... Nice, I wanted the health back more than that. I've noticed I'm doing more health damage than stamina damage, and with the mobs I want stamina damage, and honestly with the bosses I want stamina damage too, so it's up to yourself. But yeah, it's been really good. I like min-maxing. This is my kind of game, especially when it comes to the Diablo style loot system with the armor sets. I really like that. It gets me off. I like min-maxing things. It's totally nerdy, good nerdy stuff, you know. But yeah, interesting to see people play this one. Happy to see it, you know. I think it's a bit on the cheaper side, and I think its own reputation of being difficult is what's got a lot of people playing it, you know. I don't know how Sasha Grey is going to do it. It took her 100 attempts to kill Malika. It did take me about an hour, but I didn't get that far. So I just wonder, because this game has, I wouldn't say necessarily like a learning curve. It's more of a horrible power creep. So kind of like how Neo does it. If you've played Neo, Neo is mission based, and what that allows them to do is to just bump all this shit again. Bump up. I think that's him actually shooting at us, which is funny. They bump up the damage and, more importantly, the health by considerable amounts, considerably good stake, and it leads to ridiculous numbers in Neo as well. I remember in the DLC alone, each mission was almost to level 50. Alright, oh, you dirty bastard. Oh, that was perfect time to stun lock me there, you cheeky beggar. So yeah, it's not my favourite way of doing things, but I notice a lot of games need that good old-fashioned padding. I don't know if this one will get DLC. I'd be delighted if it did, but hey, look, beggars can't be choosers. These are just two paths to the same place, are they? Pretty much. You're just gonna keep throwing that shit at me? Okay. It's not even catapult, it's just random dude over there. Now, these guys are usually a pain in the ass, because they have a habit of going mental halfway through. Ooh, I couldn't have got that even if I watched that. I'm actually more worried about the big purple shit coming towards me in the sky, I'll be honest. Alright, let's see, can we get this guy before he finishes his little sword ritual? We can, okay, Nice. I've got a really steady flow with this now that once I can pretty much get off an incredible combo, albeit a little bit monotonous, and then at the end of that combo I can then basically hopefully get a brutal attack out of it. Then that'll reset my stamina and kind of do it again. So it's a really nice little flow going. I'm not even doing half the stuff that I should be, like shadow reversal is something I could be doing. I could be messing around with the trance as well. I don't mind doing that, but trance is amazing, but it has diminishing damage returns. Nice. Yeah, I think my stamina could do with a little bit, a few extra moves. I do notice it's just starting to bottom out a little bit. It all depends. Every time I change an armor piece, there's something I'm giving up, basically. Sometimes it's that damage to enemy stuff. Alright, it's gonna annoy us the whole way across there, isn't it? Well, you know what that means, boys and girls. Just get inside. Keep an eye out for this little jarling, though. I hear the quest is bugged. We'll see if that's true. These guys barely have any health, but, you know, big shield in the way. Of course, you're gonna push me back outside here so I can get hit by himself. I think it's not that I don't have enough stamina. I think I have a situation where we're doing too much stamina damage. Yeah, it's been a hell of a trip. Definitely longer than, oh you dirty bitch, longer than most Souls-likes. And not for better, sadly. Mainly just padding the side quests have been nothing short of uninspired. That's the nicest way of putting it. Basically the same bosses over again with a little bit tougher health. But sadly they come with story and cutscenes, so they were doomed for that alone. But Jesus, I definitely had my moments of frustration having to fight the same boss again. It's like, could we not think of anything else? Even sometimes. Damn, look at you. Nah, I don't think you can get him at all. Oh no, maybe I got him. Okay. Yeah, that's the point of coming out here. Nice. But yeah, pretty damn solid. Oh, wait, don't jump off yet. Was there anything in here? That's just a way of killing him. There's a few illusory walls as well, so you gotta keep an eye out. But it'll be nice. I have a few other Souls-likes that I like to play that probably are a bit more chill or a bit more wooden or something. We'll see. That could be cool. A good few games, and like May is pretty stacked. Everyone's going like, oh, there's so many games coming out now. There's nothing coming out in May, and I'm like, well, you're obviously playing the wrong games. You got Doom, the Dark Ages, which will be huge. It's gonna be like 20 plus hours of goodness, multiple modes, and probably guaranteed DLC. And then you've got like Night Rain, freaking new From Software game. You know it's gonna be supported out the wazoo. That'll be fun as well. And I think the Precinct is finally coming out, and Metal Eden as well. Precinct is like this cool top-down cop simulator. I know there's about half a dozen of them, but this one looks really cool, kind of set mobster times. Alright, dual wield of unending tragedy and keen blade. They really want you to upgrade your stuff, huh? I want you to be ready for the finale. Oh, I bet. I bet. Wanna bet? Yeah, we'll see how we get on. I'm glad there's a little bit more meat to this. I thought I was just gonna walk in and fight the final boss and just be on the struggle bus. I guarantee he's second. 2 phases. Alright, what's going on here? Another elite enemy. How many? Another one of those bozos. I see a little punk over here first. I think I'd rather fight these minotaurs before I fight King Bastards. I love the way they run. So when I was playing Oblivion, we were doing a little bit of first person and third person, and the first thing I kind of noticed and mentioned, I did actually talk about how goofy the how goofy the running animation was, and now half the internet's talk about it. So it's good. I love that we all find out the same stuff. I fucking hate that move. Hello, camera? Jesus Christ, are we really here? Are we really stuck in a corner looking at Minotaur crotch? Yeah, that has been an issue in the game. And you know, people kind of sit down and go, well, every Souls-like has that issue, Cyber. I'm like, yeah, but every Souls-like that continues to have that issue after knowing that every Souls-like has that issue, it cannot be excused anymore. I'm sorry, it just can't be. I think what it is, and I've said this before, Unreal Engine is one of the laziest, heaviest ugliest fucking engines. I don't care what anyone says. You can have all the lumens, you can have all the ray tracing, but it's fucking ugly. It's ugly because it keeps all these fancy textures loaded in after the fact, and that's ugly to me. That's like somebody applying their face. It's like that movie Witches. It's like Substance, you know, where they're just applying their face after the fact. That's right. That's what I think. Unreal Engine is the substance of video game engine. Look at that! I just got hit by nothing because it's summoned the inside the stairs. Y'all are goofy, lugubrious and goofy. Come here, silly bastard. So he summoned some basically magical crap in the ground, but because of the stairs, it hit me with it. You know, you let that kind of stuff away because it just doesn't really matter. But in the middle of a boss fight, that can really get you go. But yeah, I always say, like, if you can't fix the problem, like, don't break it. You know, you gotta keep at it. And in this case, my advice would be, if you can't fix the camera, which obviously we can, Sekiro has done it, anyone who's done it, then what you want to do, my dear friend, is not create a situation where the camera has to zoom in. You see, people never understand what we're talking about the camera, but the spacing behind the player, usually the side, it's not that big of a deal, but it's the manipulation. So I'm just going to turn it like that, and because there's a wall there, it's going to start to zoom in. I'm only turning it sideways. You see that? That feels like someone else is controlling the camera. The idea of that is, oh, we don't want you to lose track of the player. So the intention is good, but you see, as soon as you get close, you do lose you lose the player completely. It goes inside the player when it should go inside the wall. That's my thoughts on it. The walls should become almost invisible to the camera, which sounds ridiculous. It's like, oh, you'd be clipping to the wall then. No, just let the camera clip to the wall. But yeah, the great solution, the great amazing solution for this is just, for fuck's sake, get rid of the camera. Alright, so what did that switch do? Get rid of the walls. You can't beat that. What did that do? You can see there's stuff over there. You can see there's something here dropping down. Did it open a door or something? You think they'd let us know? And you can see there's a way in there somewhere. Yeah, you can see we just, even at the very last level, browns and grey. Whoa, I didn't even see that. I thought it wasn't a big drop. Browns and greys and stuff, so it's a bit unfortunate. They started the game off with this gorgeous snow and all this, and I was like, wow, we're gonna have, like, that's very ambitious. Normally you don't get snow till the 3rd or 4th level. But alas, that was the last one. We didn't even go back to the snow. There's a couple of mid-missions, about it, side missions. That's not going back to the snow, so maybe this is the way they want you to go. Fall down here first. Meet our little friend. Hello? Charlie, what are you doing in this room? Now, I might not be able to lock on to you, sir, but I most certainly can find you in the room. We fought the dragon boss, we fought Bridezilla. Yeah, I gotta give it to him. I was dreading the magic in the game. I still kinda am in some ways, because magic is always broken in these melee focused games, because they don't have a effing clue how to design magic. That's fair. And fair magic in a melee is something that you can meet in the middle and hopefully even reflect back, you know. You know, there's some games that you reflect back bows or arrows and shit like that, you know, and then others don't. And you're dealing, like, it's pretty exclusively melee. We have the nice javelin, thank God, and they, from the very get-go, they show you how to use that. But you know, you gotta charge it up, you gotta do this and that, and aim it, and usually pummeled in the face long before any of that takes place. So yeah. I'm no big crowning fucking experts on these games, that's for sure. Speaking of which, the camera just being awfully helpful again. You can't see because of the wall, but I have to try and aim. Oh, he fell down. What a dummy! I've made a lot of them fall. Okay, we're doing a bit of chapel climbing. I see a dude over there already frenzied. Let's see, can we make it to the other side? We don't have to deal with fighting. Nice chest over there. So yeah, like most of these games, parrying is the name of the game. It's the name of the game. Are you coming over too? You're trying to figure it out, aren't you? Trying to figure it out. Oh, he got me. Dirty bastard. Well, not necessarily he got me actually there. Because I was being pushed to the right, no matter how much I attacked him and pushed into him, his character model won, and it was just not enough space, so I fell off the edge. Foolishness, of course. But sure, here we are. Here we are playing a Souls game in third person. I did see a new one that's going to be first person. That could be something cool. Not that we haven't done something like that before, I suppose. I'll take anything. Lots of great games coming out this year. So, interesting enough, Ghost of Yotei just announced their release date. I think Sony were not too happy with all the Xbox good news right now. And Sony haven't done a showcase or anything really in a long fucking time. So they were like, oh, bitch! They were like, not without my approval. So they just randomly squirted out the Ghost of Yotei release date. And it's a lot further down the line than I expected. It recently got rated in Taiwan. No matter where it gets rated in, it's usually signed that it's about 3 months out. So I was like, ooh, maybe this will be an August game or something. I think they want to space out Lost Soul Aside, which is coming out in May, I believe. And then they also want to do... did you fall down with me? I guess so. No, I did not. Oh, I'm all out of juice. Ah, see that kind of shit? So, he wins. He's not actually attacking me. He's not actually doing any damage, but... he wins just because of space. What's funny is this game has adopted something unusual, which is when you dodge, you can't fall off the edge. No matter how many times you dodge. But they will push you off the edge. So it's going to be October 2nd, which I think everybody made the very astute claim, and I absolutely agree with this one. To me, this shows undeniable confidence that Sony knows when GTA 6 is coming out. And I would say like late October, early November. My initial stance was September to kind of go in line with GTA 5, but I don't think they care about any of that kind of shit. Nor should they. But yeah, they're not ones for anniversaries, that's for sure. I just want my shoulders back. Look at the state of this. It's just gonna force me to get the chest, isn't it? Look at that, so I was able to dodge to the left there. Which is honestly a bit ridiculous. Because there's no edge left. But I was able to do that. What have we got here? It's just things that I don't want or need. Look at him, so he's going to keep trying to attack me here. Even though he should fall off the edge, which I'm about to do now. Oh, did you see that? Interesting. Not that that'd be any good to me. But I was able to kind of block and edge myself there, and I didn't take any fall damage. What an annoying little area. Ah yes, it wouldn't be the end of a game without a bit of padding. I found that a good bit of the side quests do feel like padding. It's fine, like this game should have been a really solid 10 to 12 hour game. But it's kind of squeezed out the 20-hour mark just out of pure side mission padding. And normally I wouldn't say that, I don't mind a nice good side mission, but also like Neo, the side missions are just an excuse to reuse a level with different obstacles in the way, and then a similar different colored boss, and it just does not strike me as something that I want to do, let alone on stream. You know, I'm not against mindless stuff, like especially like leveling up and stuff off stream. You know, to me it's still time wasting, but it's my own time. So sometimes I get a comfort from a kind of grindy stuff. It's mindless but fun. You know, I played JRPGs as a kid, but not on stream. I'm so very aware of time wasting on stream, because at the end of the day, not only is my evening and my time, but it's also yours. You know. And you guys are nice enough to come in and say hello. I don't want to ever waste a bit of that time, you know. And, you know, you can be sitting around chatting. Where that goes, we'll just see where it goes. Fuck it. Oh, hold on. You can be sitting around chatting, talking nothing. And that still wouldn't be considered time wasting in my eyes. I know that sounds kind of counter. How's this all go? Like counterintuitive, but you know, if you're chatting with someone, you're actually probably like taking their mind off stuff or alleviating their problems a little bit. It's not a bad thing. Whee! Alright, nice. Literally the gargoyle and lips from Arad. They do a little spiral stuff. I always love that. I don't think they delved into that as much with Dark Souls 3 or any of their other games. the cool mechanisms and really great level design. It kind of stopped Dark Souls 1. 3 gets such a pass. Everyone, it's because it's everybody's first usually, but it ties back into the first game so much that it almost feels a bit derivative. It's like, yeah, we're back here again. We reuse this place. But it's still a great game, and like the concept of continuing the circle is genius. But it's so funny, like we live in this world where we have these unbelievable franchises, and there's always this entry that's just shat on unceremoniously. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes for good reason, most of the time not. Like take for instance Bioshock. You got Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite, considered like some of the best games ever made, and then Bioshock 2, which is just continuously shat on. I don't know why. I love Bioshock 2. We'll see how we should hear something more about his new game, Janus, right? Which kind of optimistic but kind of worried as well. It seems to be such a fixation on these 3 separate characters that it might not be so Bioshock-like. But anyway, there's like 4 different games coming out that are all like inspired by Bioshock, so I'm good. I'm good there.
I need to ask you.
Ooh, I don't know if this girl is friendly
When
or
you
what.
finally face the Master of Chaos,
Ooh,
what will you do?
what will you do? I want to speak to him. I want my revenge. Oh, how do I? Oh, here we go. I couldn't move. You have to use the D-pad. I want my revenge.
Who was once my friend.
Yeah, I think she wants him to survive, but I'm like, nah. I'm gonna murder his ass. So yeah, we'll have
That
to
is
see.
your choice? Then make sure you see it through.
Oh yeah. Yeah, then there's like, you know, Dead Space to Dead Space 3. There's always one entry, you know, Arkham Origins. There's always one entry, and Dark Souls 2, right? Seeing as we're talking about Souls, like, Dark Souls 2 is shit on up and down. I was watching Emerald play some of it, and she kind of kicked off a few more streamers playing it. And outside of being ganked like everyone else, it sounded like she really enjoyed it actually. She'd never played it before, but she agrees, same as everyone else, that it is one ugly, ugly game. Now, parts of it are gorgeous, like Majula and that, but the overall consensus is, yeah, it's uglier than a mother. It's never about the scenic views, because they're basically made beautiful on purpose, you know, attention to detail and that, and especially where you're going to see it all the time. It's the moments you don't, you know, those little forests, those little caves. It's those moments you're like was somebody hit with the ugly stick twice? You know, I think I came in this way. I'm a devil for forgetting the way I came in because it looks slightly different, and then just going, yeah. So yeah, I would love a remake of 2. We did already get this Scholar of the First Sin, so people wouldn't really allow that. To be like, how dare you? If anything, like, I think 1 deserves a full-blown remake. After like all these like Oblivion remakes and all these other remakes that Xbox are doing, and they're going to do that with Call of Duty, they're going to do it with Fallout, they're going to do it with pretty much all their franchises. They're very happy. It's pretty much cost effective and extremely good on the books, so they're going to do that with everything. And you know, of course, then the Sony fans have chimed in like, look what we did with Shadow of the Colossus, and look what we did with Demon Souls, and I 100% agree. But you see how weird and choosy Sony are, and I would argue that those are better remakes, because these ones like Oblivion and Master Chief Collection, all that kind of stuff, are mainly done by, you know, a separate studio or done by in-house, and there is a lot of attention to detail and love put in there. But you can see after a while it's kind of like we're doing a job, you know. In this case, it's virtuous. Like I saw one guy get on stream and he started giving out bloody murder. He said, "Why are they doing an Oblivion remake? I want Elder Scrolls 6." Nah. And he really sounded like a little pestilent child. I was like, okay, we get it. We know that they announced that way too early. I think it was 2018. Like, it was so dumb. But we're still waiting for fucking Capcom's Deep Down, and we're still waiting for fucking Kingdom Hearts 4 and all this other shit. You know, like, trust me, video games are going to continue to do dumb shit. Like, half of Sony's lineup we'll never see. Let alone, like, all we really want is, like, an infamous remake. But yeah, so they got Bluepoint to do that, which is an in-house studio, and then they put them to work on live service. It was the worst thing ever. But I hear they're also working on a Bloodborne remake, but that's going to be for... Like, this is literally the Grand Archives. You don't just see, oh, library equals Grand Archives, but you can see that we're climbing over fucking staircases and stuff. But yeah, that'll be for PS6. And yeah, Sony are like all gung-ho for PS6, which really pisses me off actually, because this has been a worthless generation for Sony, and there's no doubt about it. Like, out of brand new franchises, we got one single brand new like franchise, or even just IP, which was Returnal. Everything else, like Concord was a failure. Helldivers is Helldivers 2. You know, Demon Souls is an old IP. Like, the list goes on and on. And this is not the Sony that I loved, you know. It's not the Sony that I grew up with. This is the greedy Sony at the start of PS3. And then what happened at the start of PS3? There's fuck all games that came out during the mid-section of the PS3. Nice. And then to the end of the PS3's life cycle, it became a huge amount of games. But yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't mind that. We don't want to get into what's already become generations, both PS4 and PS5, of remasters and remakes. But when you've got something like that, Oblivion, that desperately needed, coming up on 20-year anniversary, a full remake, compared to Last of Us Part 2 remastered, and Days Gone remastered, and Horizon Zero Dawn remastered. We'll get a Horizon Forbidden West remastered, don't worry. It's just, it's minimal effort versus a little touch of love. Yeah, they're just bringing things over to Unreal Engine 5, and all the bells and whistles are kind of an easy switch over that we're kind of praising, when it's not necessarily much work being put into it. But like, I don't care, you know. It's still a new engine, and still, at least in this case, it's a breath of fresh air for Bethesda that is so long in the tooth of not learning from their past mistakes. So it's been lovely. I don't think I'm not going to use them all. I don't think the Oblivion remake is perfect by any means. And people were also giving out that they kept the bugs. So then there was like a meme where it's like, yes, you kept the bugs in. See, you can't please everybody. There's also this kind of up and coming, you know, YouTuber that is in their early to mid 20s that hasn't a fucking clue what a gaming industry is. You know what I mean? Their only nostalgia is like the Wii, you know, and like, that's fine, that's grand, you know. But I've seen those kind of YouTube poop, the kind of fucking, that's the only word, was it? YouTube poop? That's the kind of YouTuber they are. That's their mental capacity, which is like, their first memory is Wind Waker instead of Ocarina of Time. And that's just age, that's just a generational thing. But when they came on here in the big YouTube channels and they speak with such gravitas, like, I try and preface most of my rants with like, hey, I don't know everything, I don't know what's going on, this is just a rumor, might plan out, might not, this is my thoughts on it. I try and preface that stuff because we live in a world where people want to stone and destroy you and knock you down rather than have a nice discussion. You know, we live in a world of hate farming. Hate bait makes more money than just being a normal functioning part of society in any which way, whether it be politics, religion, gaming, music, movies, you name it. People want to hate because hate sells, you know. Sex sells and hate sells, and hate is unfortunately more powerful than love, but only because we've allowed that, you know. Maybe you want to get all 70s, look at this motherfucker floating, get the fuck out of here. You want to get all 70s free love kind of thing about it, not necessarily. I'm just talking about the basic principle of, you know, a little bit of positivity in your life, pushing and giving you back more positivity versus the spiral of hate, which is just so bad for your mental health. You've no idea. I've seen people, like, if there was a way of them becoming like a digital incel towards media, you know, that kind of way. Like, we all like to have a good rip into Disney because they're a bunch of punks, but like, at the end of the day, you're like, geez, when was the last movie I enjoyed? Like, my brother is a huge movie fan, you know. He's been going to the cinema and watching movies since he was a kid, and I actually trust, for the most part, some of his thoughts on movies, but I can't honestly, like, put my hand on my heart and say the last time he enjoyed a movie. Like, I think he's just got into that spiral, and he will every now and then mention a YouTube. I didn't even know he got into YouTube, but trust me, even the lowly Irishman will get into YouTube, because I know some farmers, obviously, and they'll sit there watching farming YouTube, and I'm like, I didn't even know this was a thing, and they'll sit there doing that. So trust me, it's for everybody. But yeah, he'll quote a couple of, I think one of them is like the cynical drinker, or whatever his name is, the critical drinker, and he's just an angry alcoholic. I'm like, this guy should, but he is decent at what he does. But, and then I've seen other people that are like, talk about how they didn't get into the internet till way later in life, and they've missed out on a lot of things, and then they'll mention things like the needle drop and stuff, and like, these are just people's opinions, but we've just become this situation where we give them unbelievable credit for just opening their mouth and having an opinion that anyone would have down the local pub on a Saturday night. Like, I think the needle drop is not only overrated, I think he's a fucking poser. I've nothing but, I think when he first started out, I think the guy knew what he's talking about, but I think he's a fucking poser. I think he's here for the sponsors. He reminds me of Casey Neistat. Casey Neistat, when he started out, was like, oh my god, this guy's like trying to do a bit of filmography on, or cinematography, excuse me, cinematography on YouTube. Like, what the fuck? I never thought that was possible. It's usually a dude filming from the height of his crotch and double chin looking down at him, you know. But yeah, about a year or two after that, I was like, nah. Same with Justine. She's a fucking robot. She's an actual Apple robot. Like, that girl has no emotion. There's nothing there in her face at all. It's not Botox. Botox is actually crazy fucking sociopath stuff, you know. A little bit of trauma in motion, probably. But they're all like that. Like, you eventually, it's the old Batman mantra, but you either live long enough see yourself become a villain or die a hero. In these cases, they've all become villains, every one of them, just waiting for the next weird thing to come out about them, you know. But yeah, Casey Neistat just became, he was so far up his own ass, like he literally had a shit mustache every time you look at him, and it wasn't just a bad looking mustache, he was literally made of shit. So yeah, that kind of stuff. So when people are, you know, because they have a strong following, they think that their opinion matters than anyone else's. Bullshit. My opinion doesn't matter than anyone else's. I'm just a dude ranting and raving half the time. Trust me, nothing I say or do is any more educated or informed than the next guy. These are little rumors. You hear a little bit of scuttlebutt. You hear a little bit of this and that, like this and like that, y'all. So trust me, take everything with a grain of salt. But in these cases, with these YouTubers, I wouldn't even take them with a grain of salt. I would take them with some fucking penicillin so you don't catch something when you're watching them. A little bit of digital fucking retardation. It's possible. Get that penicillin out. So yeah. And you know, like, we live in a world, like, if you want to talk about gatekeeping and snobbery, and you only have to look at the music and the movie industry. Like, holy shit. Like, you're not supposed to like it, you're not allowed to do this and that. Like, even I have a small bit of gatekeeping from TikTok where I'm like, I hate that they sample everything and don't give proper respect on the names of stuff, or something pops off like fucking Kate Bush and they don't go look at the rest of their library or give them any links or information to any of their music. That kind of stuff, that irks me up the wrong way. And now, of course, the legendary Kate Bush couldn't give a fuck. That woman has gone into kind of recluse and she's happy being herself. Nice, this must be the last one. But yeah, there's a right way of doing this thing, and then there's a cheap, easy kind of prostitution. That's what TikTok is to music, man. It uses it and throws it away. All jarlings. That has to be the last one, right? This is the last level. Maybe it's not the last level, I don't know. You never know. It'd be nice to finish this off because we'll have Clear Obscure tomorrow. And more Oblivion, of course. And Adam Fall's ticking away. I'll have to see what's going on with Adam Fall. I have the chance of, like, just blasting through it and finishing one ending, and it is a 5-hour game. I don't want to do that. I'd like to see some of the endings, but we'll see. We shall see. I like it. I was watching some goofy lolcows play at DSP, and he is just a game hater. That guy just wants to sit there and beg for money all day. What a disaster. What a disgrace. See, some of these old lolcows and YouTubers that think they're wonderful, you know, when they started just because they saw someone else doing it and had a kind of video camera. They think they're some kind of royalty. And that guy's probably made like over $1 million over the course of that 15 years, but he's just pissed it away on everything. Where the hell do we go here? Let's see, any doors, anything? I come down here, it must have been in here. Yeah, there we go. I gotta fall down, okay. Cool. But, yeah, he just wants to sit there and beg and stuff like that. Interesting. I can't really tell you of many YouTubers that have come out the fireside normal and retired. Even like PewDiePie's doing his thing, but that guy nearly destroyed like multiple websites in his wake, you know. Yeah, I always got the happy ending, but like, hey, we all have to go through fucking adpocalypse and be painted with the same brush that you tried to do, you know. And whether it was an edgy moment or whatever, that little slip of a slur on a bridge, sorry sir, but you have that within you, you know. I don't care if you learned a little gamer word, you have that within you. I grew up as a white teenager smoking weed, listening to gangster rap in the 90s, you know. But absolutely, we would rap along with Dre and Eminem and Nate Dogg, and yeah, we would say the N-word with the A because it was in the rap and you thought you were cool. But I think that's much different than people that are saying their little gamer words to try and be. It's basically like a Neanderthal way of experience something. You're saying it in anger, you know. I mean, I say the R word mainly because we have half of our dictionary that we're getting cancelled over, and I refuse to allow that. It's like I'm not allowed a good insult. It's so silly. Like it's not hurting anything. It's like a literally word we use in everyday use. If you go look at the nearest fire extinguisher, you know, you'll see the word. But it is what it is. Trust me. Like nowadays we have so many bad stuff happening to women and things like that, and we can't even talk about what's happening to them because you have half the words are cancelable. It's like we're trying to get this woman help, but she's been through a traumatic experience. It's like, no, you can't say these words. This will destroy your advertisers. It's like, oh my god, we need to grow the fuck up for 5 seconds here. How are we gonna get these people justice and help if you're cancelling half the words? Such is life. And then, you know, then you half of the world only using letters to talk to people, you know. It's like, what? So yeah, we're just bastardizing, going down to the lowest common denominator. The idiocracy. I'm sure, look, it is what it is. The quicker we get past all this hyperfixation on politics and the orange man leaves office, the better, because I feel like we've been trapped in like almost like an 8-year, including COVID, 8 years have been close to like World War III and stuff. And people will tell you, it's like, well, there was always the risk of that, even going back to the Cold War. I agree with you 100%, but it doesn't mean that we don't have to fucking learn from that. Jesus. Alright. Spear of faded memories. Oh! Ooh! Totally actually did fall in there and then got back out. I think I have to do that anyway and then climb through here. Okay, cool. Nice, I'm really glad there is a level here. Because it sent us here almost like a, this is it, the finale. So quiet now, ooh. Creepy. But yeah, there's actually like loads of colour in the game, especially like little helmets and things you wear, you know, they're all goofy. Like they're well capable of using colour palettes, they just chose not to do it. I think it was a specific design choice on purpose because they wanted to kind of show the chaos taking over versus the Blade Phantom and all that crap. And I understand that, I get that, you know, it's all smoggy and stuff, but my god, does it come off extremely bad in terms of, you know, refreshing the mental palette of the player. I gotta look at this stuff, you know. It is what it is. Alright. I know it's totally tropey to do forests and deserts and snowy mountains and lava and all that. It is, it's tropes, it's biome tropes, I get that. But, hello, it's a video game world, you know? You do go to villages and with little forests and stuff, but it still kind of maintains. I honestly think it is just, in general, good old Unreal Engine fuckery again. I talk mad shit on Unreal Engine, and I will continue to do so. Because it's an engine that I've played with and played through since the old Unreal Tournament days and the Gears of War days, and then went on to Batman and stuff, and they were just god-awful, ugly-looking fucking games, a lot of greys, but we love them for it, you know. And then you go look at something like Unreal Engine 3's Arkham Knight, which was built on Unreal Engine 3, and Alice Madness Returns, which still has that kind of grey filter a little bit, but they use it so well. So a lot of it, you hate to say it. And then you can see like Kingdom Hearts 3, which is literally sometimes better than the Pixar movies that it actually represents, with colour and explosions of everything. It comes down to the dev, the individual artist. The colour palette is there. I think some of them just kind of fall in love with their motifs and their themes, and they forget how fucking dog awful ugly things can be. This game is far from ugly. We had this gorgeous like museum. See what I mean? Like it is far from ugly, but it has an issue with colour. I fear as though maybe the devs went through a little bout of depression or something. Like, the colour from my world is gone, and so it's gone from yours. Nice. See how we get on this final boss. Now this big old lion's mane, this big old shaggy thing on my back, might actually end up causing more interference than that, and we'll see. Who knows? I chose it because of the damage increase, but it might be not worth the hassle. Damn, I hate there's an item over there I can't get. We must be getting close now, so yeah, Ultimate's gonna be the big bad. He's somehow survived all of the... How the hell did he get down there? Because you can't jump even though it's right in front of him. Somehow he has survived. Oh, I think I've aggroed 2 of them, haven't I? You good, bro? I don't want to fight him in the Chaos Eggs because he will just keep coming back. But maybe we can destroy the Chaos Egg to cause him irreparable damage to his stamina. And I get free health off that. Lovely jubbly. You do love to see it, you do, you really do. You know. These guys are cool, they're like mini pumped cellophane. Nice, I thought I dodged this. Somehow they have to put a pillar fucking everywhere, even in a tiny fight like this. So we can't even see the player if we wanted to. There's no need for all these walls and pillars, my friends. The player character is lost. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so they have a little ghosty. We fought a boss in one of the... a boss version of him. It was basically 2 ghosts instead of 1. So you can see diminishing creative returns in this. It is what it is. Come on over, bitch. Come on, slow boy. Oh, that's weird. It was locked onto the Chaos Egg. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Some of the lock-ons, ladies and gentlemen. Much to be desired. Nice. Oh, he's gonna do it again? I can't allow that, I'm sorry. Won't push him too close to do the Chaos Egg or just get his health back. Nice. You gotta love that spear, holy shit, so satisfying. I see Sasha went with the dual wield and it's hurting her. It's meant to be the best of both worlds, but it's more like a jack of all trades, master of none. So I don't envy her on that. And I've seen people with the great sword, and that leaves a lot to be desired as well. You're meant to kind of tank through the damage and just keep attacking. And in that case, that can be very satisfying, but your build is in like perfectly. How do you get out of here then? Elden Warrior's Blade. Oh, there's a tiny little stairs there because they just can't put the jump in. It is kind of a glowing missing feature from the game, especially when you add a little bit of platforming. Why? Why no? Are you the one blocking this item? Oh, cute. I don't even want it. I can't even pick up half it. You can see they're quite fast for little minotaurs, and if they're too close to the player, they won't let you rest up. Yeah, which is wholly dumb. Wholly dumb. Fighting 2 of these at once, just not my idea of fun. Christ, why is it not locking onto the 2 enemies in front of my face? Told you once, they're a little bit higher than the camera. This happened with the dragon, and it just loses the lock on because whatever reason. It's special. And there's the lock on again. I don't get it. I don't get it. Is that notes over there? It was just a place to hide him, wasn't it? And we got this chick as well. Yeah, let's save up first. Oh, yeah. I was expecting more bosses as normal enemies. They didn't go that far. Well, let's not speak too soon, huh? Yeah. Definitely worth your money, this one, but I think you need to be invested in Souls-likes for this one. This is not some little one you pick up and play on a whim. You have to know that you're going to get destroyed.
This master of chaos is powerful.
Yes.
Do you think you are ready?
I was born ready.
I have come this far. Nothing else matters anymore.
Yeah, that's voiced by Ben Starr, and he will also be doing a voice in Claire Obscure. Busy boy, he's very quickly becoming the new Troy Baker. Nice, okay, that didn't work. And now we're trapped in here. Lovely, lovely. Yay. But we opened the chest. I think we're probably going to die here because I can't get out. Oh, there we go. Nice. The aggro range for enemies in this game is nothing short of ridiculous. I guess we'll just keep going. Just aggro all them for a chest of stuff that I no longer need, want, or care about. Ah, I can't do this either. That'd be silly. Goodbye. Fall into the hole. Yeah, most of them I just fell into a hole. Fucking dunces. That was 50k. 50k for that. Where are we going? Lord jeez. Are we going back up into the castle? Would appear so. Let's hope they do the final boss run area. Right. Oh dear God in heaven. Are you fucking serious? More platforming? I don't like this. You don't even have like a normal crappy jump from most Souls-likes, which is always awkward. It's like double click dodge or press R3 twice. All that kind of shit. You're like, what? I never understood that one. Ever. It's my giant day. Nice. What a shot and dodge at the same time. So smexy. What the fuck is going on here? Oh! What? What happened there? You fucking trolls. You absolute trolls. Where was I meant to go there? That was a troll if I ever saw one. What's the story about this elevator? I think the final boss is going to be at the top here, and this is still going to be the big inner elevator. It's going to be the big one. What a bunch of troubles. I think I was meant to somehow in the middle of both of those fights get to the right spot as it turns so that I would fall. Easier said than done. As I said, don't be doing platforming when you don't have the jump. You can't even use your dodge properly because it's set up where it creates a collision detection so you don't dodge off an edge. And I won't lie to you, dodging off an edge, some of my favorite shit. Anyone else would be like, dude, why did you do that? You fall off the edge. But I like it because it usually creates a little tiny separate feeling of momentum. Have I enough? Oh, you fucking bastard. And there goes 380 something thousand souls because of this shit here. 384,000. Fuck you, game. Because you felt the need to put on stupid platforms at the end. These are the design choices I talked about. Running out of ideas, creatively spent. Give it whatever fancy fucking name you want, but the fact remains this game was fucking over about 10 hours ago. And you've just dragged your heels like a pestered school child that doesn't want to fucking go to school. What were you thinking? Let's do scummy fucking platforming at the end. With no jump or ledge grab. See, every now and then games come along and they get one aspect of their game so fundamentally right that not only does it like renew your love of gaming, it actually like renews your love of that fucking one little thing in a game. Like take for instance Avowed, kind of slated for this woke or that woke or Xbox slap and blah 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 blah. I don't give a fuck what they call it. But the fact remains that it has one of the best like platforming in a random ass RPG that I have ever played. Nice. The concept is there. I get what they're trying to do, but it's too little, too late, and too stupid. And he goes, yeah, 384,000 because we fell twice to a stupid fucking platform. I can't even call it platforming because the actual namesake in the word platforming means that you're going from platform to platform, and that usually is jumping, and I don't have a jump. This is falling with shite, you know. Alright, now where do I go? All this stuff breaks as well. Oh, fuck off! Oh my god! What were they thinking? Remember when I said about ending on a high note in video games? One of the most important things you can do as a dev. Because it's not always how you start in games, it's how you end that people remember. Includes like good books, bad books. But as you can see, they're determined to end this on a really dumb note. Let's just do some fucking falling. You can't even move as you fall. You can't readjust or push the player forward. Its momentum stops. That's why I think the first time you have an issue in this game is probably with Viper. He's pretty tough. It's 2 phase on the third boss. But I think the real moment of like, uh-oh, this game is not as slick as it thinks it is when you fight Malika, who is basically Virgil from Devil May Cry 3. This game is a melee game with 3 melee weapons, right? Did they just go inside that? And these 3 melee weapons and the way the camera is structured and the way targeting works in Souls-likes unfortunately means that you're quite fucking slow. You're basically a brick house. No matter how fast you are with the spear, which you are very fast, you're still a brick house, you know? You're a brick house. Just didn't feel like charging me that time, huh? So yeah, to put you up against something so fast is fundamentally stupid. And you see the brick house motif coming back when you're trying to platform. When he falls, as if he just weighed everything in his pockets and shoes full of cement. There's no movement, there's no momentum. There's not. Nice. I don't even want this item over here. I was just running around. Alright. I told you this was going to happen. I even spoke about it in the last stream, where it's like this late stage in the game, it's not even remotely about getting levels or anything. See that bit there? Will this guy let me climb? God, I can't believe they're bringing back the bat. No, he's climbing with me, huh? As long as I can climb this ladder, I don't give a fuck. What's funny about this bat, we found out pretty early on, is that old boy here. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? I can't see shit. You probably can't see it. He's on his own gravity. So if you knock him out of the sky, he just forgets how to fly, which is fucking hilarious. Here we are, once again using old enemies. This is one of the first spider caves in the 3rd level. Had some of those bats. Nice. The quicker we can get through this, the better. Jesus Christ, I'm not really for that kind of stuff. This is some goofy ass shit at the end, boys and girls. How am I gonna make this? God. At least it's a challenge, but it's a challenge because of the limitations of the game, not because the platforming is hard. You know? You know, fucking Mario. How fucking far is that going? We're trying to get up to the tippy top. I was hoping they'd explain this big old chaos eye thing, but we'll see. Jesus, that was a bit tight. Alright. I can tell we're following this main tower around. You can't really see because of all the platforming and stuff. How do you get off here? We're following the main tower around, so it's going to lead to a big elevator in the middle anyway.
I sense this master of chaos nearby. He must be stopped before he destroys everything.
This will be the main elevator.
Will die,
down.
Phantom. I swear it.
Nice. After all this, I'm definitely going to kill him, but there's probably an option to save him. No doubt in my mind. I think there is an ending / true ending stuff, so about that, we'll see. At the end of the day, just at this point, we're out here wanting to roll credits. We'll see. I fought, like, Liza P had an ending, true ending. I've fought secret bosses and true ending bosses, and that was very fun. And yeah, you do kind of, when people don't do it, you kind of feel a little cheated out of it. See how it goes. It'll probably just be a matter of like 1 versus 2 bosses, or 1 phase versus 2, I don't know. Maybe 3 phases, who knows. We've had about 4 bosses with 2 phases. Most have been whatever, you know, just general sponges basically. Some have been cool. What a foolish bit of level design there, just so I can do that. It was like a shortcut for shortcut's sake. Strange. Alright, we gotta be close now. We're trying to get into the middle of that void. Am I back at this shit again? Alright, I think at this point I kind of just want to run past a lot of enemies. Which sucks, but it shows that you reach your limit with certain things. You want me to try and get this item while I'm being shot at by chaos crap, is that it? Chaos. We'll be dealing a good bit with chaos. 2 shield pucks. Okay. We got some laser boys. Okay, these guys are very spongy. Something I want to do right now. I wonder how he hit me there. Ow, ow. Audience chamber. This has got to be it, right? Look how incredible this place is. Looks similar to where we fought Reese, though, including the statue. Reese was his lady love. Damn, look at this. So that was Hismar. That's where we fought Hismar. This was, I think this might have been Khazan here. That's Reese the mage, and then Ozma must be somewhere there. Maybe that's, I don't know. Some of these are definitely meant to be the fights. Cool. And is this like Khazan himself or someone else fighting his man? Cool. Cool. Yeah, his man was okay, just a horrible camera. I think for that boss, my advice to the devs is just zoom out the camera a couple of spaces, you know? Just zoom it out just a little bit, just for that fight. I know it might break the entire game, but trust me. You'll thank me, the players will thank you. Zoom it out a little bit. Give the player the choice. Yeah, here we go. One last time. I need y'all to roll. Ooh, very cool, like we're approaching heaven. Alright, Ozma. Time to put you in the ground, boy. You've been causing some trouble. Raising some zombies. Alright, how we gonna do? Oh, baby. Here we go. Get a little shot of adrenaline. Let it sink in. Y'all ready for this? I just love, like, they take the helmet off for some of the scenes when he's chatting, and then they put the helmet back on. He's just this dude in a pot, you know? It's hilarious. I wanted to end it with the pot. Oh, pothead. Cool. Damn. It's quite cold here today, man. It's an annoying. There he is.
How you must have suffered to be here.
Yes.
What happened to you?
Jesus. It's the Emperor. Gross. Killed. Ozma's definitely gonna turn him.
Remember the day we fought Hismar?
Yes. Good times.
I thought if we defeated him, we could save the world.
Have you just been chilling here?
But I was wrong.
I thought the Blade Phantom might be the
Was
final
humanity
boss, because he's
itself.
kind of been gaining power
They
outside of
murder
our
each
influence
feed off each other
and
like
cool down.
parasites. An
Ew.
endless cycle of life.
Shows how little he cares about life.
We risked everything for them.
Alright.
Despite our efforts to save the Empire, humanity brought us ruin. And Reese. They even killed Reese.
Yeah, but you tried to raise her as a zombie fool. You gonna do that to the king? Damn! The Emperor.
Why did you do that to someone you loved? Because my Reese is gone.
I spoke to her as an angel.
And what you meant was an empty shell.
Mm-hmm.
Completely meaningless.
Why? You not know
Humanity
what
has
your chaos
crossed
is
the
doing?
final line.
Oh, the music. You ain't gonna make me
But
feel
you can still
nothing.
stand with me, Khazan. Together, we can restore order to
Together
this
we
twisted
can
world.
ride.
I didn't come here to stand by your side
You
again.
gotta stay.
I'm here to make
all
you pay
the
for
time.
your crimes. All of them. For what you did to me, to my men. And most of all, for what you did to Reese.
Yes. Who's got a
see.
snake finger?
So be it.
Let's see what you got.
Then this.
Be my final reckoning. Oh, hell yeah. He's transforming straight away. Alright. Alright, so I brought some of those chaos potions so it doesn't cause us too much trouble. There's no point. This is obviously going to be just chaos all day, every day. Don't often use these things, but for plague and chaos, I make the exception. Ozma. Is this how you see yourself? Oh, butch.
Khazan, why do you insist on fighting me? Don't you see? Your real enemy is humanity. Ozma, look at how you've changed and what you've become.
Damn, he got all of his stamina back. Okay. Ooh. Nice. Okay, we got that. Lovely. First counter attack. Okay, so we're not going to be able to break him that easily, huh? Keep an eye on the chaos. That's all I really want to do. Nice. What's that? Flame as well. Can I get out of there? Oh, no, I cannot. Dude, I just launched myself in the air. Did you see that? Was that intentional? Couldn't have been. you doing now? Cool. Is he supposed to have wings? You go to KFC. Was it supposed to have wings? Come on. Dude! A little stinker. Oh, that was perfect. That was sex on legs. This is clearly a first phase, so I don't want to waste too much. What's he doing? So I dodged it and it still hit me? Cool. Alright, looks like we're going to have to deal with those right there. Can you move? No, he won't move. Nice, nice. Can you move? Alright. I should have healed there. I just didn't. I was trying to wait for the second phase. He wouldn't move. Yeah, I think my stamina damage received is still very bad. And I noticed that even during the dragon fight. I'm like, that was not like that before. So something in some of the armor I changed. That's okay. It's alright. That's kind of how I wanted that to go anyway. Now it sounds crazy, but it is how I want to go. Of course, my outcome was to die there. Yeah, I swear. Perfect dodge. Look how much that took off. Holy shit. Look how much that took off me now. Oh, it's so bullshit. I'm to the left of it and it still hits me. Oh, I hate when games do that. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, you got us with the chaos. Come on, you big waste of fucking time. Yeah, do your flames. Yeah. Am I on fire? I think I am. Jeez, that still gets you, man. Yeah, I just blew my first go on him, unfortunately. You fucking do your job, man. I don't want you to be the Blade Phantom. Oh great, he's got little chaos shits all around the place. Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. What's he doing now? Jesus. Okay, that one you are not dodging. Yeah, first time you fight these enemies, you're given basically a free out, a free attempt. And it's very nice, of course. He does flinch, huh? And I kind of wasted it. I wasted it. Wasted the good surprise on you. So when I stepped into him there, I wanted him to keep attacking. Alright, let's see what this second phase is like. We wasted too many heals though. I had 7 the last time and just didn't want to heal. Nice, Clara, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. How's it going, DPG? Hello, hello. One thing I want to ask, interested in custom graphic designs. How you doing? Interested, hit me up. That's my Discord. Alright, cool, nice. 3 games this year, so I've finished before. Great Circle, Shadows, Ghost of Yote. Nice. That's the 3 games I want. Oh, that's the 3 games you want to play. Nice. It's a good mix, dude. And yeah, I think Assassin's Creed Shadows is definitely a move in the right direction. Nice. This is our first time on the second phase. I don't think I have enough heals or anything like that, but we'll see. Alright, what you got? Ooh, he's returning us to like demon mode, how we all started. Good, good, good. And what was the other one? Ghost of Yote in October. I wasn't too impressed with that trailer, I won't be honest. Her villains are 6. So it's going to be like 6 assassins, very much like Assassin's Creed. The Demons of Yote. And it doesn't seem very personal like Jin Sakai. I don't think it's going to be nearly half the game Jin Sakai's was, but we'll see. Alright, yeah, I think this guy's going to give us a run for our money. That's pretty cool in Eclipse. Holy shit. Alright, time to go full demon mode. Nice. You can see bigger wings behind that. Oh my god. Ooh, that's like a real angel. When we think of angels, we think of the silly biblical stuff, but actual angel looks like eyeballs everywhere. It's kind of hard to comprehend with our little minds. Thunderbolts next Friday. Hell yes. And then there's Until Dawn. I think that could be cool. Just don't go into it thinking the video game. I think it could be really cool. And then What else did I see? Sinners. Please go give Sinners a watch. Michael B. Jordan. Really cool. Really, really cool. It's kind of like, I think it's like gangsters during the 40s. Bootleggers and that. I think it's mixed with like vampires and stuff. Looks awesome. Ah, look at this. Pretty damn cool. Alright, let's see how we get on here, boys and girls. Oh wait, 4 heals. I thought I had 5. Shit, I'm even worse off than I thought I was.
Do we not then have the right to
Do we not bleed? Nice, we're getting attacked by his claws and his wings. Oh, perfect, perfect dodge there. Perfect counter attack. Okay, he is wrecking the buzz with the crazy fucking shit. Oh my god. Nice, so we blocked the first attempt and he wrecked us with the second one. Okay, now he's kind of cooling off a bit. Is he? Oh, he stopped my stuff. Now he's pulling me in when I try and do a special move. Oh my god, that's a grab. So we got no, absolutely no, he's in some kind of laser. Fuck, man, we're gonna have to learn this. Ah, I'm getting so greedy. What is that? Jesus, just leaves me with a sliver of health every time. Damn, no time to heal, huh? There's just no time to die. But there's always time to die. Cause the fucking soul's like... We got him halfway. We have no heals left though. Now it's just me, my big brass balls. That's the way I like it. Looking at your big brass balls. Alright, what you got, boy? Come on, what's your halfway count? Oh my god. And summoning angels. Alright, you know, whenever they shoot this machine gun stuff, just run your little ass home. Oh, that sucks. It's just like the jellyfish chick, where we can't avoid the yeah, it's just like the jellyfish thing. That's crazy. Or we can't actually... He's gonna do another one. Get out of there. Oh my lord. We're done. Okay, well, we'll give him a good licking. I knew we weren't gonna do very well here because... Oh, nice little finish. Boom. Game over. Nice. I do genuinely detest that. If we had our proper heals there, I wanted to go in there with about 5 or 6 heals. He's actually really doable, unless he has a third phase, which is possible because I couldn't believe how much health damage he did. But we'll see. It's good. Had session today and tomorrow. Yeah, of physical therapy, or it was just therapy. Hopefully it went well. It's so good. My advice to people is to always get multiple different therapists. That sounds crazy, but trust me, it's so worth it because they're all going to be experts on one thing or 2 things, and honestly some of them are there for a paycheck and they'll talk about personal stuff when they shouldn't, of their own, you know, their own design, and talk about your personal stuff, but some of them talk about their own. You're like, hey, I don't want to know if you went fucking golfing, especially if it's on the back of us. Nice. So we've been playing these last couple of bosses with a busted controller. Now I'm not trying to give myself like a handicap or anything, but just want to throw it out there, let it be known kind of thing, you know. That's what's going on here. So I do find a lot of stuff being quite unresponsive, to say the least. What's he doing? Get that fucking chaos gay shit out of here. No one wants that. Yeah, that's fucked up, that is. I don't know how you're meant to dodge that. Jesus. I'm getting hit by the after effect, not the initial effect. A bit of health back there, extremely important. Alright, now we don't let him away. Oh, no, he's actually loaded his second form. Whatever form this is. Hello, game. I'd like to tell you that I would block that. You can see, you can't see most of the magic spells he's actually shooting above his head because the game has decided to, I don't, just not really tell me. Oh lord, he coming. Ah, come down, you prick. I can't fucking see what you're doing from there. I hate this kind of shit. We're having fucking what was that? I just got hit with a light. What is this fucking Shadow of the Erd Tree? Death by fucking lights? This guy needs a new pair of glasses. What can death by light poison do? Definitely Shadow of the Erd Tree focus. Ah, wanker. God. This is so annoying. Everyone who flies in this game is just high enough to off the camera. So all of their spells, all of their little fucking swords are just off camera. It's really annoying. How would you like me to dodge that when I can't see what I'm supposed to dodge? You silly pricks. Ah, nice. Brian Coogler. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Black Panther. Yes. Sinner's got 98%. Nice. But you know that Rotten Tomatoes is complete bullshit, right? You know that? They don't know what they're talking about. It's just like Metacritic. It's just a bunch of people calling out a number and seeing what the other guy... Like, we're after finding out. This will show you, dude. Like, you're someone who kind of needs that message more than anyone. We found out that the Oscars, they have not been watching the movies. Did you see this? So the Academy... We're going to die here. The Academy has not been watching the movies that they're... Look at that! What did we die to there? The puddle? So yeah, they have not been watching the movies that they're ranking on. So if I could ever send a message to you, is to go and, you know, watch the movies yourself. Don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes. Don't listen to the Academy. Don't listen to any of these. As a man in the video game industry said, fuck the Oscars. And I mean that. Watch them as an entertainment standpoint. But for the love of God, do not listen to Rotten Tomatoes or Metacritic or any of that. It's all lies. Bought and paid for. We used to say IGN used to pay or get the brown envelope for a lot of these reviews. And honestly, in a world of YouTubers who will literally say anything as long as they're getting paid to say it, yeah. Don't listen to the masses. They're talking out their asses. And that rhymes for a good reason. Do yourself a favor and get that most elusive but extremely important educated guess. Educated, become educated in every which way a man should be educated. In this case, in the sense of your understanding of the world. It's a very powerful tool, and it's in your own head. It's your own brain. Yes, it can work against you. That's why most of us need therapy as well, you know. But for the most part, you gotta get familiar and friendly. Fraternize with your own brain. Fuck, I think we're fucked up already. He's a tough bastard. Because I don't know why I'm getting fucking flashed. See, you can see it there at that distance, but do you think I'm gonna sit back and chill with this guy? We're gonna have a few bevies, a few beers, you know? No. I'm here to beat you. How wisest of us all. Dude, I saw Steve-O posted a whole lot of crazy memes about basically all that Tropic Thunder memes, but AI created from Rachel Ziegler in Snow White. And as I said, I don't think it's fully her fault about that movie. I think you got a lot of morons involved at Disney, but she's definitely not helped her case, that's for sure. Look how close he is. Oh god. This always happens. Oh, no, I can't even block that. Save me. Nice. Can we go into round 2 with 5 heals? That would be astronomical. Okay, hold. This could be the one. You could be the one. Yeah. Ow. Never you fucking mind, I guess. No, hold on. Hold the fucking votes. The votes are counted and they're in. Oh, we're getting smoked. Rolled. Smoked. Probably shouldn't have done that so early. But I kind of wanted to. I just want to go par to par, demon to demon. Can't see a fucking thing right now, but hey, look, we take it. In the great words of Cyber Houdini, we take those. Ow. Please. Oh my god. I don't know how I just did that. Yes! Oh, we eating good. We eating good. Most of his health bar. Lord have mercy on this glorious day of days. We're still hitting him. Watch out. No, we're all out of juice now. We're out of juice. Oh, now it's time for machine gun fucking Kelly. Alright, how did we do this? So we run from those ones, and then the big pink ones, we dodge. No, still couldn't do it. Run, then dodge. Okay, run. Oh, he's not moving, he's not moving. Dodge! Oh, he's not listening to me, not listening to me at all. Awesome to see. Ooh, Mamacita. How you doing? Pleased to meet you. Okay, that was really greedy of me. Babokura. Let's go. He's got barely any health left. Has he got a third phase? I'm still kind of scared of him. I cannot tell a lie. Okay, he's running away. That's good. What's he doing now? He's summoning some kind of a shit. Oh, fucking hell. No, we can't have that. We can't have that. He's going to start healing off that. We cannot have that. Destroy it. How do we destroy it? Gay. Yes, I think I got him there. Hold. He's kind of tired. He's kind of tired. That's bad for you, sir. Because I'm going to fucking eat you alive. We just killed the final boss. Yes. Yes. Wow, was that good or was that good? Oh my god, we absolutely punished them. Goodbye, Ozma. Oh my god, that was legendary. I had like 3 heals left. That was punishment. Whew. Good shit. Ace. That one deserves a fucking smoke. That one deserves a smoke. That was good. Could have gotten him earlier. Let's see, there might be something else. Hold on. Is this where we kind of made our choice whether to have a chat with him? Poor old Khazan, back where you started. Maybe that's what they're going to do. They're going to have him like wake up and the cycle begins again. We'll see. Might be another boss. G to the G to the G. That was a third attempt or something. And I still had, there was so much more in the engine too. But I'm not even tooting my own horn. I had multiple heals. The Phantom was coming back. And I was building up my spirits. Man, I tell you, that Spiral Trust has been the best thing that happened to me. I took a great enjoyment out of that kill. So when you finish a game, you know, it's kind of been in your deep down hole for a while. No. So yeah, let's see. Where does the true ending come into it? Sorry to be that guy, but just nice to know, right? It's nice to know if there's some kind of a hidden thing. Might be the Blade Phantom again. I swear he's the big bad. Let me see. There's probably something special you need to do for the true ending or something. Come on. It's not fucking very responsive of a game, I'll give it that. What the fuck is wrong with it? No, I pressed that about 3 times. Oh. Fire fell reduced, giving Khazan to nothing. The weight of killing Ozma in his own hands, deep down haunting nightmare that clings to him. Despite knowing there's nothing more he can be done, returns to the place where Ozma's memory still lives. Yes. True ending. Collect 15 golden collection items. Huh? I collected everything I could. Oh, I only need 15 of those. Oh, I definitely have those. Complete specific bonus mission, Sharon's Chains and Transcendental Sword. We did that. And when you find her, have met all the conditions, there will be a new dialogue option. I must know the truth. Okay. Alright. Okay.
This sword.
Let's see. Maybe there's something else. I have my own podcast to do reviews. Yeah, you were talking about that little 10-minute podcast. Sure, why not? They are completely and utterly saturated right now, but shut up. At this point, what isn't saturated? Just go for it. But yeah. New Empire compared to Godzilla -1. Black Panther, yeah. Like, what? Yeah, but I'm telling you, Rotten Tomatoes is dumb. Like, if anything, I would do a review of that website and destroy it, you know? Oh, there's his family. Oh, Khazan, Ozma, and Reese. Reese is a woman in the game, which is an unusual name for a woman. There you go. Yeah, I see, like, you kind of behave a lot like the sheep, the masses, where it's like, well, everybody does this, so I'm gonna do this, you know? Everybody uses Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm gonna use it. And it's just, it's not helping your chaos at all. Oh, there's more of the chaos stuff. You can see he's experimenting. Because there's probably a lot of movies that you genuinely love and they get trashed on, especially like the Mission Impossible and Fast and Furious stuff, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, because we need blockbusters. We need a little bit of the emptiness.
Really for me?
But yeah, those websites are a joke. I found out early on, even before YouTube, during like the IGN days, I was like, I started using them for wikis and guides and stuff. But they're all shite. It's just one person's opinion. And I was actually talking about this earlier about the YouTubers and that, like people like going by the Needle Drop or KC9stat or iJustine. Like, these are robots of people, you know. They're only being paid to say every word that comes out of their mouth is a bald-faced lie.
Thank you.
Lies! But people aspire to them and aspire to be them and listen to their opinion because they think it's valued because of the number of views and the number of subscribers they have.
I wish we could
What the
stay
fuck
like
does
this
that mean?
forever.
Half of it's botted.
The
The other
three of
half
us
are
together.
dead subscribers from the 2010s. Let's be honest. I know some YouTubers with 2+ million subscribers and he can't get 10,000 views on his video. So trust me.
Reese.
And you know, we live in a world where if you're anything like me, there was times where you were like, oh fuck, I forgot this password, let's make another account. Oh fuck, I wanted to do this, let's have another account, you know. So we all have like a good few accounts out there. So none of that matters at all. Ooh. Oh, is this how she actually died? Damn. Did she get blamed for the chaos though? Nice. Might be another boss here, we'll see. That was really fun. We got some counterattacks in there. I'm really impressed at my level of learning. I'm not great at the game, but I'm really impressed. I gotta give myself my own little kudos. We killed them like on the third attempt. I know my health is off the charts, and it really is. There's no doubt about that, but I don't care. At this point, this game is like one of the tougher ones.
Reese.
Like every one of the Souls games I consider extremely easy outside of like 2 bosses. Each of the games have 2 ridiculously hard bosses, right? Even with Elden Ring. For the base game, the 2 hardest bosses for me is like Malacath and Melania. Just bullshit. Bullshit tough. That's about it. Everything else is piss easy and just triumph it whatever way you see fit. Dark Souls 3 is kind of like Sister Friday and Nameless King. Or Nameless King.
I see now. The real evil.
Yeah, so he just lost touch with humanity after his Reese was destroyed. It's pretty normal.
What was the point?
Sam Neill joins Godzilla. Yeah, that should be cool. They're definitely doing it just to be like, oh, the dude from Jurassic Park is in this movie. I hear more stories of like Cloverfield coming back. I hope so. Coming back as Trapper. Didn't know Dan Stevens is. Yeah, I don't know. Look at the Rad Brad is still making. Yeah, he's still making videos. His part 1s do well, but I honestly think he's ad boosting them. It's kind of weird that you can do that. You can view, not like view botting, but like ad boost it by paying money. Because they all get like millions of views, and then the drop off is like 100k. No, that's the end credits. Oh, so apparently there's like a true ending. But apparently I didn't do something right or something. I think I said the wrong thing to Frona, but it's okay. I think that's as good as ending as I need. I don't need the true ending. It's okay. It would definitely appear to be something I wouldn't have been able to do outside of knowing firsthand. The only reason I looked it up and know there's a true ending now is because YouTube kind of spoiled me on it. It's the issue with when you're playing a game and doing videos on it, YouTube recommends you videos from that game. You're like, no.
And so must I.
It's not fair. But this has been a fantastic game. As I said, I think I rank it around 3rd in all of the Souls, like all the From Software games first, then yeah, then I was saying like Lies of P and Another Crab's Treasure, then this is definitely better than Lords of the Fallen. I think Lords of the Fallen is still very good, but it's this one's so much faster. There's a lot to love here. Story's pretty good. You don't really need to know anything about the dungeons and fighters. Most Souls likes don't have great stories anyway, and this one's an exception. I thought we might fight the Phantom Blade at the end because he was gaining a lot of power too. Nice. No worries. Good stuff. Awesome. Yeah, so that was made by Nexus, but I think they're mainly the producer. I think it was made by another team, but Nexus are the actually same guys who did Lies of P. So it's all kind of in the family of it, you know. They're probably helping each other out in some way. Yeah, publishers and develop, I suppose, Neopo. Oh, beautiful. I think they make all the Dungeons and Fighter games. Oh, they made Ghost in the Shell. Wait, there was a Ghost in the Shell game? An online game? Oh god, it looks bad. I won't look at that. I hear Ghost in the Shell is making a big comeback, so I'm happy. But anyway, these guys did great. Good job. Had some issues with the camera, even at the end there, where you just couldn't even see his spells above his head. But yeah, you can see this is another glorious, fine example of the push from Japanese studios, Chinese studios, and Korean studios, and it's fantastic. It's wonderful. Yes, you get a lot of gacha games and a lot of Souls-likes, but trust me, they're amazing. Whether it be Black Myth Wukong, I do put Black Myth Wukong pretty high up there, but it's just so full of invisible walls, and it does have a lot of repeated bosses that it got a little bit overblown, and it was such. Sun Wukong is such a big thing in Japan that it was getting like 40 million sales, and I'm like, okay, this is one of those things where they're almost told by their government to buy a game or else, and it just felt a little bit overblown, and then the hype wasn't there. Also, a big thing that held back Black Myth Wukong was the horrendous cutscene command grab things, whatever they were. It's like I never took damage in a video game in a cutscene in all my life. And yeah, that took massive points off for me. It actually stopped me from wanting to replay it. That's how bad it was. But this one, actually, the one thing I will say about this game that I genuinely want to give it a shout out is it had the best fair magic fights I've ever had in a video game. And I hate magic in a melee game, because you're like, I have a little sword and you're shooting me purple stuff over in the corner. They were all fantastic. So I'll give them that. Very fair. Now fair, you might say, well, he means easy. But no, not necessarily. The jellyfish one took me like 5 or 6 attempts, but everything else, I think once we broke the dragon, we broke the game. Like every fight since then has been 2 or 3 attempts, which I'm really happy with. Now, as I said, I did go crazy with the health, but I don't care. At that point, we were getting 2-shotted, so yeah, GG's definitely absolutely fantastic, solid game. It's only $50. If you want a good Souls, like, it's right there. I know there's a dime a dozen of them out there, but yeah, really love this one. A little bit longer than usual, mainly because it's side quests. So yeah, I definitely I give it a good solid, like it's like an 8.7 or something like that out of 10. I put it behind Lies of P, mainly from the atmosphere. I prefer the combat in this to Lies of P just a little bit. Lies of P is still great, but it's so connected to Sekiro and Bloodborne that it very rarely branches out on its own, you know. Some weapons are even carbon copies of Sekiro. Whereas this one, you only have the 3 weapon types, and you're like, oh Jesus, that's really small. And you realize how far deep you can go and how reliant you become on the skill tree. It's nothing short of amazing, so good for them. Good for them. Love it.